I will confess that this is all coming to you from a therapy room in Hunstanton, and as well as I've managed to connect a laptop and an iPad and everything else, I have none of my notes with me. So it's all pretty much going to be from recollection.
So I can see why you're doing it and Sam isn't. That's good.
Was the session that bad that you needed therapy? Is that why you were in therapy?
Well,
they did encounter a teleporting phase spider that bit the shit out of him.
Yeah,
I think it's Nipper that needs the therapy for his blooming Morning Star.
Yeah. So I'd missed the previous session. So obviously the start of last session, we're underground and making our way down some more staircases until we came into like a cavern with loads of pillars and some skulls with some inscriptions on them that again we couldn't read. There was lots of spider webs everywhere, ominously, and we made our way down.
Oh, Mike, you've kind of skipped like half the session there.
Oh, okay.
You started off the session killing off. You encountered a couple of troglodytes and a dude at the back of the. That was like your defining moment of like. You spent the whole session arguing over whether to kill a guy or not.
Was this another one of them scenarios where you argued about killing the guy in front of the guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, we took a couple of steps back first.
No, that's true.
Right?
After arguing about it in front of him, Mike stepped away and whispered to the other guys. Mike decided that he wanted to cut the guy's hamstring, and then tell him to.
His Achilles.
Sorry, cut his Achilles and then set him free. So he did. He went and slashed his Achilles, and then weirdly, then they decided that they remembered that they wanted to have a rest in the cavern with the screaming guy they just mutilated. So then Nipper, in an unusual bout of conscience, decided to run over and heal the guy after Mike had just cut his leg, and then booted him out of the cavern. But preceding that, they like the party were chatting to him, and this guy was talking about like the Silver Temple, and they mentioned the tablet, so he could read Infernal conveniently. It's almost like someone wrote it. And they got him to read the tablet because they were saying, yes, we know what the tablet is, and to prove that he knew what he was talking about, they got him to read it.
Yeah.
And he told them that it says to take the tablet, place it in a alcove to get a reward at the Silver Temple. And Sam, having previously been a bit skeptical about this guy's legitness, decided that proved that he was legit and sent him on his way.
I was just about to say, if none of you guys can read Infernal, how do you know what he was saying was what was written?
I'm sure we threatened him, didn't we?
You did threaten him a bit, yeah. I mean, you had also,
cut his Achilles.
I mean,
once, and then healed him as if to do it again.
The party were very much openly arguing that he should die for being a red. He was a red brand, by the way. He was wearing a red cloak.
I think I got that far. I think he got as far as the red brand guy.
He'd been searching around. Glassstaff had sent him and a bunch of other red bands searching around the manor house to find something that they'd been sent to find, like a place. And then they'd obviously set off the same trap as you guys did and fell into that place. And him and his mates had been attacked by those ghouls, and he'd legged it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then then you proceeded on, killed a couple of troglodytes that escaped because they jumped you, and then you got to the cavern that you see yourselves in at the moment. So that's where you guys can pick up the story of the lovely webby cavern, if anyone wants to. Who wants to pick up and tell them about this lovely cavern that you're in?
So we made our way down towards the centre of it, and everything was calm and deserted and peaceful until a shit ton of a shit ton of little and bigger spiders came in and latched upon us, which we bravely fought off and thought, yeah, we've done this, we're all good now.
I mean, in their defence, you had just randomly set fire to several of their webs just to see what would happen.
Yeah. And then, yeah, an even bigger spider decided to descend from the ceiling down onto us. And then, in the middle of combat, it would decide to phase in and out of our vision or realm or whatnot, and then appear back again at random. And then it took a particular liking to me and nearly severed one of my legs completely off. Yeah, and then we sort of killed it, and we are where we are. We haven't really moved since, have we?
No.
Well, we found this door, but I think they know all about that now.
We
I haven't read about the door.
So
you've seen all the competition. It's told us we need to make 2 sacrifices.
yeah. So
one brawn and one brain.
you found a door, and it's basically telepathically said to you, none shall pass that make. Those who wish to pass must make a sacrifice, one of brain, one of brawn, and there's an inscription representing a brain, as a picture of a brain, and one of a flexing arm as brawn on the door. And it says you need to sacrifice to enter. And so basically the last 2 weeks have been you guys discussing ways or means or what you want to do about that. So yeah, here you are. So for those of you that are appropriate, I'm starting to send some direct whisper messages on there, relevant. Does anyone have a sort of, other than Lars, who is a paladin and obviously has sort of religious and pious and faith stuff in their background, does anyone else apart from Nipper have anything even vaguely sort of religious in their character background?
Not at all.
No. Okay.
Not me.
I don't think my guy's religious still now.
Okay. Does anyone have tracking or like? I know you do, Mike.
I do, yeah.
Do Puff, Lars, or Rook? Do you guys have like anything that would be appropriate for like awareness or perceptive or tracking?
Got quite good perception. I've got proficiency in perception.
And what about your character background? Like, are you good at like tracking people or like casing things or just noticing that sort of stuff?
Let me see. Where they put all that? Where I put all that? Attributes and abilities. Nope. I did write down flaws and stuff. Oh, be on there. Yeah. Where I went in character sheet. Nope, doesn't seem to be.
Okay, cool. Don't worry. What about you, Matt? What about your character?
I have insight and sleight of hand as a proficiency.
What about your, like, if we ignore stats for a minute, like character background, have you got anything that would make your character like perceptive or streetwise, or like what is your character background for?
It's sort of a schemer. I've got some schemes. I've got a false identity, but I really don't think it would be red team. I think it would be more blue team.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Bear with. I'm just sending out stuff. Technically, Ryan, I shouldn't have sent that bit to you. I meant to send it to you.
I did, yeah.
That's fine, to be honest. I've just decided that I'll send you some bits. I've decided that you are perceptive enough for that because I fluffed up who I was sending stuff to. So it's cool. It's all right. You guys could you're allowed to I'm just sending these direct to each people because it makes sense as that's who'd realise what. I'm just then you are welcome to raise anything from these with other people and the party and whatnot if you want to. I just want to make sure that everyone gets the right info. Okay, so everyone, I think, should have some information that's been sent to them direct. Just about general stuff in the area and the caverns and all of that sort of fun shit, alright?
Mm-hmm.
So, you've got that information that I've sent you. So, just FYI as well, I don't think with everything that was going on, I don't think it was made particularly clear or it's twigged or whatnot, but basically the place that you fell into, the basement of the the manor house where all the ghouls were, it was pretty clear that some really manky shit had been going on down there a long time ago. Like, there was obviously some hacking up of bodies in there and shit on a sort of pretty high volume scale.
I remember that room, yeah, with sort of like a doctor's table.
Doctor's table, butcher's table.
That's it, yeah.
Potato.
It's D&D. They're basically the same. Cool. So, yeah. We find you as a party stood, I'm guessing, judging by how this party has been so far, about into hour 17 of the debate about the door.
Does that count as a short rest?
No. If you guys want to take a short rest, you can risk that. I mean, you are in the spider cavern, and you have just been beset by 11 billion giant spiders, including a teleporting phase spider. So, I mean, if that sounds like somewhere that you guys want to have a bit of a chill out in, be my guest.
So, Lars,
Yes.
would you mind using some of your healing abilities while I discuss what I've noticed in this cavern?
Yeah. How many hit points do you need?
How many can you give?
20.
Because oh god, I need to zoom in. Hang on a minute. This is a problem you don't know. Yeah, I've got 17 out of 34. So give me another 17. Is that doable?
That face spider did bite you pretty bad,
Yeah,
didn't
it
it?
did, didn't it? Good job you rolled that crit on the poison, wasn't it?
Yeah, you'd have been so dead.
Yeah, I really would.
Do you mind if I give you 15?
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Cool, because I can use 5 to do something if
and don't forget, Ryan, you've got those magic boots of elven kind, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I did. Yeah, tell me about these boots.
I think I can probably. Have you added them to your character sheet, or do you want me to do that for you?
Can you do? I didn't even. All I saw was Ryan. Do you want some boots? And I was like, yes, please.
Yeah, I figured. Okay. Searching the boots of elven kind. There you go.
At some point, I'm going to tell Nipper that I bet he can't open the door.
Yeah. Guys, I am starting to get a little bit concerned about going through this door. I don't like how it's asking us to sacrifice something, and not keen on the way it talks to us either. We just seem to sort of know what it said.
I've noticed in this cavern what appears to be some wagon tracks leading up and to the door, and maybe back from the door. And looking at it, I would say that the cart or the wagon looks like it was quite a bit heavier leading to the door than it was when it left to return to where it was after going through the door.
Okay.
Who was that was speaking just? What is your character name?
Gaius.
That's it, Gaius.
So,
yes, Gaius.
Oh,
I too have. I was thinking that as well. And also I remember that where we came from, there was a lot of sort of. It seemed like some sort of Holocaust was taking place underneath Tresendar Manor, and the way you put it makes it sound like maybe they were either getting rid of the evidence or moving whatever they were trying to get out of chopping people up down here.
But the real question is who? I don't think it was the red brands.
Well,
the guy we met back there was definitely petrified. of this place.
So yeah, remember he said that the Glassstaff had had them looking for something or somewhere, and they'd know it when they see it from somewhat. Like they'd been sent to find someone had been sent here to do something, and it had not happened, or they'd gone quiet.
Is anyone perceptive enough, or has anyone got like I don't know? Does anyone feel particularly observant, and could they detect whether or not the tracks have been used recently? Maybe like if dust has settled on them, or to see if they've been, used in the past day, week, year. My lizard
Gaius,
eyes
you might have
not
some
work.
thoughts on that.
I mean, I was just about to say, for there to be enough tracks for me to discern whether, them going to the door and coming back from the door and that, I would say they've been used fairly regularly and recently.
No, not recently. Really,
No.
ages ago, like decades ago.
Decades.
Right, my mistake. What I meant to say. This place has been left alone for ages, guys.
Okay.
So it seems like the tracks haven't been used in decades, but they've been untouched for the same amount of time, and that they still remain there.
Yes.
So
We
wait-
see.
That would explain the spiders being there. No one's here to clear them out.
So there's no chance of us just waiting for the cart to come by and ambushing it as it leaves or enters the door.
Doesn't seem like it.
Fuck.
Obviously, the choice is with this door, or you go try and see if the
Hey Sam, I think we found someone with worse internet than you.
Yeah.
Could you say that again, Gaius?
is that me with bad internet? Hang on a moment. If someone else wants to sort of discuss stuff, there's 2 Wi-Fi connections in this house. I shall try the other one.
Okay.
So basically, yeah, from what you collectively have inferred from the various information that you've looked at, you would guesstimate that the party is pretty sure that the wagon tracks are decades old at least, haven't probably been used since then, but when they were being used, they looked like they were pretty busy. And Gaius is able to see from his experience that looking at the tracks, they were probably heavier going to the door than they were coming back. And it looks like they would probably go between
So is
this door.
taking stuff from that place where we are.
No, so stuff coming to that door heavier, and then the wagons leaving that door and heading back towards the manor lighter.
Okay. So this may have been a dumping ground for, say, like the bodies that are over, or the
Medical
the
waste.
Yeah.
Or-
Biohazard style.
Is it where it was being prepared for dumping it? They might be bringing it here for something.
It's a delightful
Use
couple
it.
of
Maybe they were
options.
feeding.
Yeah.
Maybe they were feeding the spider.
Or making a human jigsaw.
I mean, to be fair, guys, you would probably guess that it would be unlikely that they would be running wagons between 2 places that at the time had a massive spider infestation and a shit ton of troglodytes. So it might well be that they didn't exist then.
Mm.
Mm,
But going back to the door, it says 1 sacrifice of brain and 1 of brawn. So I mean, not taking that literally. I mean, I'm assuming it means something intellectual and something quite strong, right?
It wants us
I
to
concur.
touch it, so I assume it would take something from us. Which I'm very, very nervous about.
Yeah. Is it like
Have we
a
got another option?
arm in the hole sort of situation? Is there like a opening on the door to put stuff through?
No, you it says those that wish to make the sacrifice must step forward and place their hand on the respective inscription.
Ah.
Oh,
So-
shit.
Does it seem like we get a choice, or it will just take one? Are we thinking that when you touch
you
that
aren't
thing, it's
getting
gonna
an
take
awful lot of response when you try and negotiate with it.
Okay.
No.
If it gives us an aneurysm thinking about it, can that be classed as the brain sacrifice?
You don't know.
And does anyone have healing potions in case something like that happens?
We've got some more healing stuff. I've got a spell left,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Have we tried attacking it?
Do you know what? You haven't.
Is that any better, guys?
Much better.
Yeah.
Actually, much better. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, we get to
Can we
enjoy
get the
your
crowbar out?
You can have a job, but there's no obvious indentations in which to fit a crowbar, so you could
I wasn't
try.
talking about trying to pry it open.
No, why would I think that with a crowbar? You're right. It's my mistake.
Hit it with it a lot. It'll get some chips out. Get there
Okay.
eventually.
All right. If you want to have a go, you can roll a strength check for me.
I wasn't planning to myself. Not going anywhere near that door. If I want.
So you, the only burly man in attendance, are going to pull out a
Yeah.
crowbar and hand it to one of your squishy friends and go,
I
"You should."
don't
I'll
own
take
the.
it.
I don't own the crowbar. I'm pretty certain it's
Oh.
Rook that owns the crowbar.
Oh.
But, you know.
It
It was
is.
just a
I
suggestion.
just tend to drop the crowbar when I'm trying to use it, or get it stuck.
It's
If
what-
someone
I'll
gives me a
push-
crowbar, I'll give it
push
a go.
through. I'll push through you all, and I'll stand at the front, and I'm going to cast Thunderwave at the door.
Can I get back?
Okay, so Puff is going to try and do a crowbar on it, and Rook is going to cast. Are you going to do those at the same time?
No,
No. Okay.
No,
Who's
I was
going
only
first?
asking for a crowbar.
go for the crowbar first, because it may work or may not.
Hmm.
Someone might die, and then
Okay.
So
I'll try
just
the
for
crowbar.
clarity, how are you doing it? Are you stepping right up to the door?
What I'll do is, first of all, I'll tell the guys to just stay back. Maybe.
Alright, so I'll stay where I am.
And...
So the door is right down here.
Oh, okay. Let's have a look.
So
Yes.
we're already like
at
out
the
the
end
way.
Oh, okay. So you're already back. Okay. Yeah. I'll walk up to it and I'll see if I can find anywhere to stick a crowbar.
Okay. You have a look on it. There's not really anywhere obvious. It's more a wall with inscriptions on. There's sort of like a vague line down the middle that's like a couple of millimeters deep that looks more like a line than an actual like gap. I mean, the best guess that you could say is you could like try and jam it into like the corner between the what's obviously wall and flat door. It's not really a gap per se, but you could have a go.
I've changed my mind.
Okay.
Has anyone got a hammer? And I will try and chisel a new inscription saying free entry for Puff.
I have a hammer, but I don't feel like that's going to work. It's got to be some sort of enchanted inscription, surely.
Where are you going to try and chisel it?
Just underneath where it's already inscribed.
How near to the pictures? Because the
Just
pictures are
below?
sort of so just below, like just so I understand. Like, imagine you've got like this door that's what 10 feet wide, and it's about 8 feet tall, and the inscriptions are probably about the size of a pint glass each, and they're sort of in the middle, probably about 2 foot apart. And the first, there's no inscription on there. There's just the pictures, and they're probably about eye height. So what, 5.5 foot to 6 foot up?
Okay.
Paul,
Yes.
are there any spider corpses left from the previous?
Oh yeah, there's a shit ton of them.
Could we not go and grab one of them as our sacrifice of flesh?
You can try.
Wait, Is there a sacrifice of flesh?
Well, it's the when they've been questioning the brawn. So there's brawn and of brain. When they've been questioning about the brawn, they've been asking the door questions.
Yeah.
And they've been asking various things, and it only really wants flesh. That's as clear as it's been.
So for both sacrifices, it wants.
No. It wants flesh for the brawn one.
Brawn. Okay.
And it wants mind stuff for the brain. And basically, whoever wants to make the sacrifice needs to step forward and touch the inscription.
Yeah. So, has anyone got any sort of casting spell or anything like that can like increase wisdom or anything like that?
No, just shield.
No.
Oh shit.
You okay?
Oh no. I have Misty Step, but I have to be able to see where I'm going.
You were going to try and step through, weren't you?
God damn it. No, I've got nothing.
I can imagine there would definitely be no bad consequences for trying to like void step through a magical door that wants a sacrifice. I think you're fine.
And not knowing what's on the other side.
Yeah. No, sorry, great idea, but nothing I've got.
Because obviously I could go and grab a corpse. That bit's quite easy.
How often do you think that you use the phrase "I could go and grab a corpse"? That would be quite easy.
This is how this probably all started with the wagons.
Yeah. So
Can I thunder wave the door now?
Yeah, sorry, I'll move back in defeat. I'll hand the hammer and crowbar back.
All right. You're not even going to need to roll an attack because I don't think you're going to miss.
It's 10 foot wide.
So you cast the thunder wave, and there's the almighty cacophonic baboom.
Yeah.
I would like you to roll Constitution.
Fun. That Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you blast your thunder wave in a incredibly enclosed space right up against what is ostensibly a wall. It blasts into the door, and you notice that the runes light up on the wall, like the inscriptions light up on the wall, just as the shockwave bounces straight back at you, buffeting you quite considerably. And if you weren't, because you realised it was going to happen at the very last minute, you brace yourself and manage to, by sheer force of will, stay on your feet and not get flung backwards off the ledge, for example. Yeah. But when you sort of finish bracing yourselves, you look back at the door to see the runes slowly fading back to not being lit. But the door itself looks otherwise unperturbed.
Okay. I'll come back down. So that didn't do much. Apart from it did light up the
I'm just going to move you across because you're currently stood in thin air.
Yep.
Oh, who's got a torch on, by the way? We'll say Nipper's got a torch on, because that'll be convenient for everyone.
I think I've got a torch on, because I'm pretty sure in the last video, or the video from last week, you gave me and Puff torches.
Yeah, I think I did, didn't I? I think I might have dropped them when the fight was happening, but I'll give you guys torches. And then if you want to put them out at any point, let me know.
Ooh, sorry, I've just noticed. What is this new bar I've got at the top? It's like a quick click bar, and it's got like my weapons and spells all across it.
Oh, I think I created macros for you for your attacks and stuff. I didn't realize that would carry over to you.
Oh, okay.
So you've got like, have you got like longsword, hand, crossbow? Yeah. I created macros for your token, but I didn't realize they came across to you because I was using your token. You see.
Because I have to keep going. Does that just roll? Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So I can.
Roll from there.
Oh, it didn't seem to do it for me, so it must whisper it to yourself.
Oh no, I didn't press submit. I can do it.
Oh yeah, I think it's You probably have you got the Have you installed that virtual tabletop assistant, the VTT enhancement suite?
Possibly.
Because it's based on that. So
Yeah,
anyway, yeah, that's what those are.
yeah.
So yeah, so basically one of you has stepped forward and kind of looked at the door and gone, nah, I don't want to hit it with a crowbar. And Rook has tried to like Hadouken it, and that hasn't really worked.
I think I angered it a little bit though, because it lit up,
Mm.
but not for
I
long.
think we're going to have to face the fact that we're going to have to give it what it wants if we're going to get past it. I don't think we're going to smash through it or anything.
What do we think Nipper thinks at this point?
He said
He's not normally one to stay quiet on these sorts of things.
Just FYI, from a meta perspective, while Colin was okay with his character doing that, because he's not here, I
yeah.
would rather that we didn't just resort
Yeah.
to letting him take the hit on it, if we can at all help it, because one, it's kind of like cheating a bit, and two, it kind of undermines the point a little bit. It would be nice if we could involve people that are here, if we can at all, if possible. That would just be my general request.
Who has the most? Okay, next question is who has the most health?
I have 31. Am I allowed to say? I'm at full.
I'm nearly at full.
I'm a bit damaged.
Yeah, I'm nearly at full, near as damn it. Anyway,
I was thinking more hit points.
I think, ironically, Nipper is probably the worst for wear out of all of you.
Yeah. I was thinking in terms of how much damage via hit points someone could take and probably still be alive if they were to touch the door.
I mean, of course, bearing in mind that your characters don't know what hit points
Hit
are.
points. Oh no, I guess so.
could it not be as simple as maybe cutting a bit of your arse cheek off and then headbutting the door for the brightness bit?
So have you given up on the idea of like a spider and like squishing that against it?
Well, no, we could do that.
Depends whether you think that's a sacrifice or not.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, if I'm going to sacrifice personally the flesh, then obviously I could cut that off of my person, off of a non-essential part of me. So my rump seems about as good as anything. And then the intelligence thing. If we've not got any sort of spell or anything like that, I can't think of any way to sacrifice intelligence apart from headbutting a door and knocking yourself stupid.
I mean, it does say to just step forward and put your hand on the icon, so you could just step forward, put your hand on the icon, and see where it takes you.
This is what I was.
Okay.
Maybe it'd make you into like
That's cool.
basically make your brain non-working or down to like basically nothing.
Yeah, I'm worried that it's going to make me permanently special if I touch it. And I'm a -1 intelligence.
Right.
So, Mike, you've stepped forward. What are you doing?
Yeah. I'm going to. Yeah, why not? I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to headbutt a nearby wall and cleave a bit of flesh off myself, and then touch the door and see what happens.
So you're going to headbutt the wall, and
Yeah.
and then touch the thing.
Well, no. I need my wits about me first to steady my hand with my blade, so I don't do as much damage as possible. So, first things first, I'm going to pull out a short sword and cleave a tiny bit of flesh from myself.
Have you not got a dagger? Because a short sword does feel a little bit OTT, if I'm honest. That's like, do you know what? I'm going to shave my beard with this machete.
Nothing if not a showman.
So you're going to cut yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
I've got two bags.
How much? God, I can't believe I'm asking. How much are you cutting off yourself?
Not much. I don't know. Do you want it in grams?
Or just like if you were doing it to yourself, like how? I'm just trying to ascertain how many hit points you're cutting off yourself, my man.
Yeah. I'm just gonna cut a sliver off my buttock.
All right, you take 1 hit point of damage.
Right, I'll
And-
do that now.
You've
And
got
restore-
yourself a little bit of your own skin.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go up to the wall and I'm gonna headbutt it.
Okay.
I'd headbutt. If you're going to do headbutt anything, I'd headbutt the door.
Oh
I'm not
god.
attacking the door. I'm not gonna headbutt the door.
So you're gonna headbutt the wall. Okay,
the wall.
roll Constitution saving throw for me. Because how hard are you headbutting this wall?
I'd say a fair amount.
Okay. I love that we're having to gauge like relative PSI force, or relatively fast. Yeah, roll a Constitution saving throw for me, my friend.
Yep. Hang on.
This is going to be hilarious if this rolls low.
Surely the door is laughing at this point.
The door doesn't really recognise your feeble humanoid emotions. Okay, you headbutt the wall. You take another hit point of damage. Okay, so you're now stood there, bleeding from the forehead, holding a strip of your own flesh. You cut off your own. Where did you cut it off from?
My buttock.
You're holding a bit of your own arse, and you've headbutted the wall. Welcome to Glasgow nightlife.
Right. It's Friday night, guys.
Okay.
Where did we meet this guy again?
Do you know what? This is the most nipperish non-nipper session I've ever seen. Okay, so what are you doing now, Gaius? You've done that.
I'm gonna try and touch the door with my flesh and my stupidity.
And which one are you touching? Are you touching the picture of the brain or the picture of the flexing arm?
I'm gonna do the flexing arm one.
Okay, cool. So while he's doing that, is anyone else doing anything else?
I'm guiding him up, considering he just took almost concussion to the head.
You're pushing him towards the door?
Yeah, pretty much.
Can I prepare my weapon, please, just in case?
Yeah.
Can I stand here and make sure no one falls off the ledge?
Good. Okay, so guys, you're going to step forward and put your hand with the bit of flesh against the brain, the brawn.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
The brawn, yeah.
So as you touch the door, the picture of the brawn lights up with bright, brilliant red light, and you find your hand sucked onto the door and stuck fast, and you're stuck there. You can't move it. It is rigidly stuck. It's like your hand is part of the door now.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else happens.
Right, so someone's got to touch the other icon then, surely.
You would presume so, I guess.
Looking at you guys.
Do you have some sort of divine intelligence? Or
I'm really, really, really hoping the rest of the party just go, well, I don't think we want to go in now. Laters.
I was about to say, when he was going to touch it, I was about to say, right, I'll reach over his shoulder and touch the other icon.
Are
And
you less keen now?
I was about to say that. Say again.
Are you less keen all of a sudden?
Slightly.
I'm going to ask Nipper to watch our backs.
Oh, screw it. I'll touch the other icon.
Okay, so you're going to touch the brain.
Yeah.
Right. So, you touch the brain just with the palm of your hand. You're not going to like headbutt shit and cut bits of your own body off or anything, right?
I should place my hand on it as it said up before.
Oh god, these wusses. I mean, come on. Okay, so a very similar thing happens. The rune lights up brightly and your hand is sucked onto the door. So, let me see. So, both of you experience blinding pain erupting from you. So, Gaius, you feel like your entire body is on fire, especially the bit of your arse that you've cut a chunk off of. You feel fire surging around your body, and you rack with pain. Particularly, you are vaguely aware, amidst all of the agony, in your right foot. And Rook, similarly, you feel mind-numbing pain throughout your entire body. It's like having an ice cream headache throughout the entirety of your body, but especially right between your eyes. This pain goes on, to the two of you, it seems like about 100 years. To everyone else, it's a couple of seconds of you just gesticulating and jaggling wildly while attached by your hands to the wall. The door then brightly shines, and there's a sort of weird sort of thud, and then the two of you are released, and you stagger backwards. Gaius, you fall to the floor, recovering, and whereas Rook, you stay upright, you stagger as you both stagger backwards. Guys, you fall down. What the rest of you have seen is both of them attached to the door, judder wildly. Both of them have lit up like a Christmas tree, like they're just made of light. And you see Gaius's right foot basically dissolve into particles and drift away into the dust. And the reason he falls backwards is because he doesn't have a right foot anymore.
Nice.
And so you all hear inside your heads the door go, "The sacrifices have been made. Proceed forward to claim your reward. The altar shall bear the bounty you seek." And then it sort of dissolves away, leading forward.
Let
Rook,
me guess. I
you...
don't know which way forward is anymore.
Rook, you at the moment feel normal. Apart from the fact that you were just in a shit ton of pain, you brace yourself, you sort of dust yourself down, and you feel all right. You feel a little bit anxious, as you would do, because you're kind of like, shit, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? You look down at Gaius and you go, well, I don't have a foot missing yet. So yeah, you're a little bit on edge, but you feel relatively normal. Gaius, you feel fine, apart from that you don't have a right foot. You just have essentially a cauterized stump where your ankle was. What that essentially means is that you can move, but you can only take one action. Like, you can shuffle around. So in combat, you have either a move action or an action. You can't do both. And your movement is halved, I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay.
Why do I
Does
feel
he have to walk around in circles as well?
Ooh.
So
I could turn you into a balloon.
So we can enter this room now.
Oh yeah. There's a passageway leading through into the darkness.
Do you need a crutch?
Because if it's cost me my foot, I'm definitely getting whatever's coming to me.
Well, the thing is, you are now going to be at a severe disadvantage at an arse-kicking contest.
Can I attach a torch to his stump? Like an unlit torch, as like a buggy thing.
Yeah?
Guys, do you want to help me out with some sort of crazy procedure?
Pirate Pete procedure.
Maybe using a bit of rope and a torch, we can make.
Yeah, I've got rope and I've got string. Actually,
so we've gone from Gaius the slightly damp to Gaius the slightly limpy.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I've got a flaming stump that I can surely attack flaming stump. That's good, right?
Don't kick the floor too hard because you might.
Yeah, you might set it off
accidentally.
It's not a giant match.
Yeah, I've got string. We could always use string.
Yeah, I've got some rope as well.
Yeah, you guys can do that. That's cool.
Has anyone done this sort of procedure or any medical procedure before?
My guy.
I don't think you can really call this a medical procedure. You're tying a bit of stick to his foot with some rope. Sorry, his leg.
Could we say that this is like a prosthetic, and maybe I get some more movement out of it than if I just
should have less movement.
No, because what they've done is they've just jury-rigged a bit of like, it's not even going to be straight on the bottom of your leg. It's going to be like on the side, isn't it? So
I was thinking on the bottom.
Oh, that's gonna be painful.
All right, I tell you what. You can halve your movement, and now you can add another 5 foot back on, so you get an extra square.
As I say, my guy's pretty good at banding himself up because of his background, like getting himself injured.
I would be willing to bet good money you've never done anything like this. I mean, I know you guys have seen some shit, but I mean, somewhere, wherever Colin is right now, he's just inexplicably going, but the acrobatics, and he doesn't know why. Cool. So yeah, that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
Are you wishing you tried to squish a spider on it yet?
No, this is way more fun.
I think what we should all take a moment to appreciate is that the cutting your own arse off and headbutting the wall was utterly pointless.
You see, you say that,
I do.
but the door has opened.
I love the bloody mindedness. No, this was all necessary.
Completely. I tell you what, when we get to this bloody altar, my right foot better be under there. That'd be my reward I'm seeking.
Well, that would be underwhelming, wouldn't it? We take away your right foot, and your big reward is your right foot. Wouldn't it be great if it was just a left foot?
I was going to say, if they give me a left foot, I will be severely missed.
It's just a hand.
Would any of the sacrificees like some rations? Just
to eat something.
Small.
Yeah, how are you both feeling apart from the foot?
My thoughts are that I'm in some way or some form at some point in time going to end up being possessed or have my mind taken over by infernal forces.
Do I have your permission to kill you?
What?
Do I have your permission to kill you if that happens? Because I might have to.
If I turn on you, then.
I get the weird impression that it doesn't really matter if you say yes.
Yeah, I guess not.
I mean, it's kind of my job.
Okay. Yeah, guys, if you want the rations, I can give them to you.
I've got
Quite tasty.
rations, I think.
This is such a man game. Oh man, you've lost your foot. Here's a sandwich. Nipper is probably looking at it going, damn, I wish I'd done it.
Can I try and look through the door?
Yeah,
much I can see?
So the passageway follows down into the darkness, but there does seem to be a light, some sort of light further on down the tunnel.
Does it look... Have I seen much detail of the tunnel?
No, you really can't. It's quite gloomy.
Okay.
And it's a little ways down that you would have to travel, but you sort of think that you can feel a little bit of a breeze coming up from that way.
Okay. Do you want to head down this way then?
I love it if you do all that going, do you know what? No, I don't want to. We're going to go home.
So, Paul, with my dark vision, can I see any better than Lars?
No, you can all sort of see the same sort of distance.
Okay. Right, yeah, so we hobble our way down there then, chaps?
Alright,
well, you can. The rest of us will walk normally.
Wow, the sympathy starts early, doesn't it?
Overwhelming, isn't it?
Let me just set up the next area for you.
I'm happy to
I'll be
carry
back in a
guys.
second.
I'm quite strong.
So who's going first?
How about our big almond friend with the 2 feet?
Is that Lars?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Or, Rook, have you got your elven boots that no one can hear you?
Yeah.
Because you could sneak down there and no one would hear you.
I would see no one because I don't have dark vision or anything.
Have you not got a torch?
Oh, I have a torch on, yeah.
I mean, they might see the torch.
Well, that was my...
well.
If I'm trying to be sneaky, if I walk in with a bright light, it might ruin the whole sneakiness.
Bear with, guys. I'm just because I foolishly didn't put your tokens on the next area. I'm just having to sort that shit out. Because I'm a genius. Yeah, I am copy and pasting it, but I just need to put them in the right place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not that stupid. But thanks. I appreciate your support.
Well, I was surprised that you can copy and paste like several tokens from one sheet to another.
Yeah, it's just what I did.
Maybe
I did
I
a
am
minute
actually.
ago. I copy and pasted the whole lot, but then several of you got pasted off the board, and then I can't see them to then delete them. It's really annoying because it turns out you're there but not there. Yeah, it's great. So sorry, who's going ahead? Who's going at front? Anyone?
I'm happy to.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm happy to go first.
Okay. And who's going up after Lars?
Gaius, do you want carrying? If not, I'll go after Lars.
No, I'll stagger my way at the. At
We
the
can
back,
assume
so-
that Nipper will help him.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
He's about the height of a walking stick anyway, isn't he?
So are we going Lars, Puff, Rook, and then Gaius and Nipper?
Yeah.
Happy with
Alright,
that.
cool. So you travel down the passageway for a little ways, and eventually you start to get closer to the light, and you definitely start to feel a bit more fresh breeze coming through. And that is what you start to see. The cavern starts to open up, and you start to actually see some greenery. And as you go, like, water starts to seep into the bottom of the passageway, and you're sort of splashing through an inch or so of water.
Damn.
Damn,
Okay.
son!
Is it well lit?
There are definitely some lights ahead of you, but you can't quite see them yet. You just see the light coming round the corner.
And how tall is the area?
The cavern that the passageway you're in is only about 8 foot tall, but it looks like it's starting to open up to be quite tall in front of you. It looks like you're about to enter into a cavernous area. Sort of from here, it starts to open out. You can't really tell from here.
I'm going to sneak forward. I'm going to walk forward a bit.
Mhm.
Slowly. What is this? This? It's above me.
You can't see it, can you?
Oh, I can see what looks like a foot there.
Okay, you can sort of see what looks to be the stone foot of a statue.
Okay.
Gaius' foot then.
Ah, dang it. How big is like? Do I get an impression of how big this statue might be?
You would guesstimate. Oh no, sorry, that's a hand that you can see, not a
The
foot.
hand.
Mm,
Okay.
that's a hand. You would say the hand is probably about the size of your right pec.
Okay. Is it on the ground or is it up in the air?
No, it's up in the air. It's significantly higher than you are.
Okay.
Just step
Okay,
forward
so
a
can't-
bit and you'll be able to fucking see it.
I was waiting for the others to join me.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I also feel like my
what's
movement
happening?
has become less Euclidean.
Yeah, I
Test.
literally.
Oh, I see
I
now.
think. Oh right, yeah. I need somebody with a torch, please.
Oh, that would help, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So,
So
as you step out into the cavern, you see in front of you what is obviously some sort of altar. Stood above it is a humanoid with his arms outstretched, bright light shining from the palms of either outstretched hand, blasting sort of out, lighting up the cavern. In front appears to be some sort of like box shaped structure, on top of which appears to be some sort of slight dome, almost like a little sort of cage or enclosed thing. That would be just this bit here, and there appears to be like some sort of inscription or like alcove at the front there, about tablet sized, you'd say.
What's that?
Mm.
Tablet size, you say?
Yes, tablet sized, I
tablet
say.
sized alcove.
Huh?
The-
A
A tablet
recess.
sized alcove.
And these
Does-
bits here are just like pillars holding up the ceiling.
Does the statue mean anything to any of us?
No, it sort of feels a bit weird to you again, like you said before. You couldn't say there was anything wrong with it, but there's something at the back of your mind that just says nah.
It's humanoid?
You would guess it's hard to say because it's like all the other ones. It's sort of like a robed figure where its facial features are sort of intangible, hard to say. It's pretty old, like as well.
Someone should touch it.
Go on, Mike, kick it with your other foot. You've got another buttock left. It could be a short human. It could be a tall dwarf. It could be anything really.
Gaius, Lars, and Rook. if shit kicks off in this cavern, I'm thinking the water, I can try and use it to electrify people, maybe. So maybe
Try
and stay
not
out
to
the water.
electrify us.
Yeah, so
Right.
maybe try and stay out the water just in case.
Okay.
So
Well,
you would
I'll-
guess
I'll
that the
spend-
water is sort of flowing from somewhere up here in this direction.
Yeah, can I move around to sort of have a look round the cavern? Should we explore the cavern first, guys?
Are you going to light a torch or anything, Lars?
I'm following.
Can somebody with a torch follow me? I'm not putting the shield down.
I am.
Okay.
I'm already
So
there.
as you explore the cavern, you see a number of small passageways leading off, sort of here and here. You can't really see where they go, but they seem to disappear further up. Further up above you here, you see more water flowing gently into the cavern through two little gapways. Oh,
Can we move
so-
up this way, Brooke? Right, yeah.
Come on, Nipper.
Who actually has the tablet, by the way?
Don't tell me.
Is that you?
Would now be a good time to say I left it in my right shoe.
Who did have it? I think it might have been Nipper, actually.
I don't know if anyone specifically
Don't
took it, to
even
be
matter.
fair. So, when you say there's water coming from up here,
Mhm.
is it still quite shallow?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
is it
it's sort of trickling in. It's making a sort of like wettish thing. So you're it's kind of like a lightly flowing puddle almost, sort of like again a sort of inch, maybe 2 inches as you get nearer to the top there.
So you could quite easily walk down that
Oh
path.
yeah,
and
if you wanted to, as far as
Yeah.
you could tell. It looks like there's sort of a
Oh,
way through up here as well.
yeah, I
can
I
run
can
through
see the
water.
bottom of the path and the top of the path, but not the middle.
You what? Sorry.
I can see the top and the bottom of that path. but
Yeah,
not the
there's some.
middle
Oh
bit.
yeah, so where you can see is you can see that there's some light coming through at the top here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and I can run through water or run on water and not.
All right,
Makes sense.
Jesus.
I don't like how
Okay.
many openings there are.
Kind of looks like a hand, doesn't it?
Do you want to explore some of these passageways first, guys?
You don't want to
before
have a
we-
look at the alcove that's for the tablet, eh?
Much like
I feel
that
like we should
switch, I
leave
feel
that.
like we should
Yeah.
leave that to the
I
Yeah,
was thinking
same.
of blocking off some of the passageways just in case.
Have
at
you
least
guys? Have
clear
any
it
of you
out.
actually taken a look at that altar-y type area, or have you just brushed past it
I
trying to
was
check
just
it?
I was just sort of making my way over there.
Oh, okay, cool.
So-
So I'll tell you what you see. So on the front of that box is some script, just like the previous script. So you would guess it's infernal, but you can't read it. But there is a shape. There is sort of an alcove on the front there underneath the text that looks like exactly the shape of the tablet that you've got. So you would assume that what the red brand read from the tablet saying put in the alcove to get your reward, linked with the reward that the door spoke of, would indicate this. On top of the box is sort of an enclosed sort of dome just on this part here, sort of like a caged bit. Inside you can see what appears to be a flask of potion. Let me show you what it looks like.
Is it a get your foot back potion?
I was going to say, has it got a picture of a foot on it?
It looks like that.
Footloose.
Oh wow!
Footloose.
So yeah, that's what you can see in there, and a bit like Crystal Maze. It looks like you would guess that putting the tablet in that thing would probably open it. That would be your guess due to proximity, etc.
Come on in, guys, I'm game.
Just a thought. Does that mean
yeah,
we're inside the Silver Temple?
Yes. I would
Yeah.
say.
Right. Then we.
My
I would
concern is if we don't go down some of these passageways, I feel like something's going to happen and something's going to come out of any or all of these passageways.
Yeah. Can we?
Block them off.
explore them first.
If we try one and see if there's something.
You
Yeah.
can do whatever you want, guys. I'm not going to force you to do anything.
Well, all I was going to say was, isn't the floor, the main floor of the temple, if we're going to call it the temple, has got water all over it, yeah?
It's sort of
So
flowing
if
from the
I-
top there all the way down
Yeah.
slowly.
So it covers the whole floor, doesn't it?
Yeah, more or less. There's patches that are dry, so like you can sort of see on the floor, like that bit in front of the temple is a bit dry, and this corner here and this corner here, it's sort of a light smattering. Everywhere's damp on the floor around there, though, where
So
you are.
if we were to get on the ledge or slabs or whatever it is near the altar, if anything were to come out of those passageways, could Puff not sort of electrify the water?
He can certainly have a go.
And
Yeah,
we
it-
would be-
What if this guy animates himself?
well,
Yeah. Now we're thinking, aren't we?
Is this what I've done to you guys? You're all just like really paranoid. It's in the walls, man!
I'm definitely keen to try and use the environment, but to what effect it will have, I don't know. And I just feel worried about how many openings there are.
But
Lots
that's
of
what I
little...
mean. Like, if we all go down one opening, there's nothing to say that we don't just get all bottlenecked.
Yeah.
And loads of stuff just down one opening. Whereas at least if we pick where we want to be, if anything were to happen, we've sort of got the ground. If you know what I mean, we're not caught on the hop. If we prepare ourselves for what may or may not occur.
Let's secure our escape in case it goes tits up, and maybe set a trap down one of the passageways, and then I will be happy to start pressing buttons and putting tablets and shit. Unless the party just decide to outvote me, which is fine.
So
I'm
did
happy to be
we identify
democratic.
who do we think has the tablet? Was it Nipper?
You said Nipper had it, didn't
I
you?
think so.
Someone voided, yeah.
Just another point on this water. Is it a possibility that there could suddenly be a lot more?
You have no
Water.
idea.
A little bit.
I mean, it doesn't look like a lot of water has flowed in this place before.
Rook, can you come with me and just have a look at where this water's coming from? If it seems to be coming from up here, just a little.
So there is a further passageway that leads up there, but it's pretty like it's coming down from like a gap up in the wall, so you would struggle to get up there, and the gap way is only sort of like 6 inches tall, so you wouldn't really be able to climb through it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's more of a waterfall-y sort of effect.
Yeah, it's not even waterfally. It's just sort of gently coming out the wall. It's almost like the wall's weeping, I guess, would be a slightly creepy way of putting it, but not meant like that.
How strong does the wall look?
As far as you can tell, it looks as strong as all the other ones.
Okay.
You can hit it if you want.
I mean, I can't reach it from here.
You can walk. You can walk. You could walk all the way up to the wall. The wall stops there, so you can walk up it. It's not. It's slightly uphill, but it's. You think you'd be able to walk it easy enough?
In my elven boots, I'm sure I could.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I'm willing to sort of see that, I guess.
You're gonna do what? Walk up it?
Leave it for now.
Oh, leave it. Okay.
This over here just seems to have like a rock.
So while you
Ledge.
guys are doing that, what are Puff, Nipper, and what Gaius doing?
I'm just sort of looking around, investigating the ruins.
Will you have got the tablet off of Nipper? Because he'll hand it over if you want it.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for Rook and Lars to finish doing what they're doing before I put anything.
Yeah, no, that's
anywhere.
fine. But we'll say that you've got the tablet for now, then.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
All right. What about you, Puff? What are you up to?
I'll assist Gaius in his investigation. I would like to know what this room was used for.
Okay. You can have a bit of a look round and see if you can find anything. It's kind of hard to tell because obviously it's got flowing water. So, like, there's no wagon tracks that you can identify in there, but there's been flowing water, so you wouldn't necessarily expect there to be. Yeah, it looks like some sort of religious sort of altar ceremony area, you would guess, judging by the side of it. It looks like a natural cavern that you're in that's been sort of various out, like the passageways look like the north one there, as far as you could see, looks natural. You don't know about the rest because you haven't sort of gone to have a look or anything. So your best guess from your experience would be that this cavern has been sort of co-opted into a use as a religious worshipping area at some point.
Okay.
So did I see Lars and Rook moving up left there? Top left?
Yeah.
I was gonna leave this because I saw this bit and I thought, oh, it's the wall. But now we've moved and I can see more. I can see
there's sort of waist high plant like that, sort of ferns there, but you can push through if you wanted to go through there. They're not dense.
Do we want to have a look?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go this way.
Yeah. It continues round and up. So that passage in front of you here is probably wide enough for you to slide your way through sideways if you wanted to sort of squeeze through.
Do you want to, Rook?
I love that you're splitting the party. This is beautiful. This has never gone wrong, hey Gaius?
I'll squeeze through.
Okay.
Alright, you go do your thing.
I call to Lars and say, I can't see anything yet. I can see a short way down. Doesn't seem to be anything if you want to come through. I'll move forward a little bit so we can get in.
Okay, so while those guys are doing... Are you guys continuing to sort of spend... The rest of the guys, like Gaius and Puff and Nipper, are you guys just kind of casing the cavern, or are you exploring any of the other, like, alcoves or passageways or anything? I'm conscious that you guys do have the option to do stuff if you want to. You don't just have to wait for the other guys, because you can't see what they're doing, can you?
No,
They can't see anything because I think it's dark down there, isn't it?
I
think Nipper's got a torch on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to trigger anything when the party aren't all here.
Whereas Gaius is having a good old hobble about. What are you doing, Gaius?
Hobble about.
I'm going to go and try and steal its stone foot.
Yeah, I was going to say, see if there's any wood and I can fashion a perfectly functional right foot. With my incredible whittling skills.
So what are you actually doing? Oh, those are just like dead bits of leaves from the ferns and stuff lying around.
Okay.
Detrius, or whatever it's pronounced.
Not koi carp.
No. It's really not deep enough for that. Alright then.
Demon koi carp.
So I just sort of stand here and tease the tablet.
Oh god. You're just sort of going, oh. Alright, Lars and Rook, what are you doing?
I guess moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Crack on.
As I can see, it goes back to where we just were.
You done a big old loop.
Yeah. That's okay, then we can run out of this bit. Sweet. No.
Fall. Oh! Wait. There's something up here.
Coming back.
Something over here.
Which direction?
Where I'm going. Sorry, I should click, didn't I? Yeah.
There's another small, narrow, sort of one-person width passageway going to ahead of you.
I'll leave this time.
Mike, why are you telling us what you've got? Longbow, two shots.
Hasn't Puff messed... Is that a whisper that Puff sent me then?
I'm guessing
Yeah,
so.
I whisper just so not to distract. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's alright.
How do you do whispers?
/W space and then the player name, not the character name.
So /W space and then the player name, did you say?
Yeah.
What's this, Paul?
Is it stairs?
No, it's not a stairs. That's just a. Well, actually, it is a stairs, but it looks
Okay,
like it's
okay.
collapsed at some point, so there's no
Okay.
way through.
Yeah.
Should we carry on?
Yeah, let's carry on down this way. I feel like we'll loop back at some point. Is that another set of
feel
stairs?
like-
That's stairs down.
Okay, are they intact?
Yep. As far as you can tell.
Want to go further on or down the stairs, Rook?
We should probably go further and see if it ends anywhere, and then come back. We'll probably have to come back this way anyway, and we can shoot down the
Yeah.
stairs.
So you guys are just gonna, the two of you, carry on deeper into this.
Yeah, we've kind of gotten sucked into this exploring thing.
Okay.
It happens.
The tension is palpable. Are you guys like
Yeah,
shouting
never.
anything back? Are you guys shouting back to the other guys, or are you just bopping about?
No, we're just bopping, and
Yeah.
we'll
What?
and relieve it.
Are they-
What's over this way, Paul?
That looks to be a gap in the walls. You're now walking on solid flagstones, by the way, and the walls have a much more intent feel to them. So
Okay.
it looks a lot like this has actually been built and chiseled out and everything.
Okay.
Are the errant party members within 120 feet? Would you say?
Did you want to go down there, or did you want to go?
Yeah, should we go down the stairs?
Yeah.
Ooh, just about.
Yeah.
Can I just whisper a message cantrip to them, just asking them what's going on?
Yeah, you
respond.
can only do it to one character. I'll tell you, yeah, you can do it. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, just talk as if they can hear you.
What's up, guys?
So you guys can hear Lars talking in your head, or is it? No, it's Puff saying that. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeet.
Yeah. So Puff has basically done a message cantrip at you, which means that you hear his voice in your head and you can talk back to him.
We're currently exploring. We seem to be in some sort of actual building now. Couple walls and the floor, but not found anything else of interest really. Looks like quite sizable.
I'll send another message. Just say, is it worth coming back before we
Oh,
get
what
ourselves
happened there?
into stuff?
I think we will be heading back soon. Let's just finish exploring this last little bit.
I had a flash, and I saw the whole map.
Oh,
For
did
like
you?
a split second. It was like very split second. I can't
that's
note
fine.
it.
That's fine.
Then-
It's gonna
I thought
happen,
it was-
unfortunately. Tech is
Yeah.
as it is.
Yeah, right. So is this another open passageway then, Paul? This bit here.
Yeah, it's a sort of open area.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, I wasn't scrolled all the way over, so I couldn't see. I thought I was at the edge of the map.
Do we want to go? I mean, it looks like bends round a little bit here.
Let's go have a look down here.
Okay.
See what the light shows us. Right.
So basically, the rest of you are stood there just waiting while these guys have disappeared off into the darkness, and you can you've had that chat conversation, so you know they're alive.
So what are these steps like, Paul?
Again, they're steps upwards, but they lead to nowhere.
Collapsed again.
Do
Are
we
these
wanna
just
head back?
alcoves? They're no significance in.
Well, you haven't gone
these-
to have a look at them, have you?
Uh-huh. Well, that would answer my question. Can I go and inspect?
Okay, so looking at it, you can see that they're sort of like imagine like a horse trough, but made of stone. So they come up to about your waist height, and inside there's sort of like dirt and soil and stuff. It almost looks like a flower, like planting bed or something.
Yeah.
That's a quick look. You can have a bit of a dig around if you want, if you fancy sticking your hand in it, but.
I don't feel like putting my hand anywhere at the minute. Not
Okay.
after the door.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
could be a
no,
bit of
we've already lost
guy.
the foot.
There could be a bit of Gaius's arse in there or something.
Is Guy still holding that bit of flesh? Did it take the flesh, or did he still holding his
I
flesh?
think he dropped it.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, not at all. I got some electrical tape and stuck it back on.
I don't think electrical tape exists in D&D, but you could probably like stick it back into the hole if you want.
There we go.
There's a phrase.
Very
Seems to be
a lot of
DM you are.
Yeah, those
So,
seem to be, like, more
Lars
stuff
and
going on.
Rook, those steps next to you go down. Yeah.
Down,
Should we go back down those?
Yeah. You definitely don't want to. We don't want to look in these troughs now.
Nah, I'm good.
Right, okay, we'll go down the stairs.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
1 second. Let me just find it. I think it's on my character sheet, actually.
Oh, he's gone.
Sorry, I'm still here. I was just looking for something, but I thought I'd written it all out on my character sheet, but I haven't.
Oh
So I need
dear.
to search the thing for it. Right, I'm going to catch up with Rook, and then can I use my divine sense, please?
Yeah.
So, you know the location of any celestial fiend or undead you that is not behind the. Okay, no, I won't use that because I'm in a tiny little room. Assume total cover means a wall, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I won't use that then.
Okay.
Carry on. Should we carry on back then?
Right. Yeah. Do you want to go back or do you want to follow this way down?
Oh, yeah, as in the way we're going.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are gonna see Lars and Rook. No, keep going. The Stuart, like Gaius, Nipper, and Puff, you're gonna start seeing light appearing down to the bottom right of your screen. You'll see Rook and Lars appear out of the darkness, out of a side chasm, or a passageway at the bottom right there, and they rejoin you in the cavern area, probably with some stories to tell.
All clear?
No,
yeah,
we
there was
died.
Yeah,
a long stroll around.
didn't
Whatever time of day it is.
find
It
anything of
all
interest.
seems to loop back here, except the one passage which sort of carried on upwards, which we didn't go down.
Yeah, there's a couple of sets of stairs that are broken as well, so obviously not explorable.
Yeah.
But it suggests there is a
most of the
floor above us, I guess.
Or,
Yeah.
or it might
Stairs
just
going up.
just be that the map the DM used happened to have some steps on it that he didn't want to use.
No, Paul, I think what
I
you'll
don't
find is
think-
we're going to explore them somehow and find another floor.
Levitate.
Ways around these things.
All right, well you crack on. That should be fun.
As far as memory serves from the walk, it all seems to loop back into this cavern.
Yeah. Apart from
There
that
was a
one
lot
entrance.
of weird troughs that didn't seem to have any significance, but they just have a lot of soil and dirt and stuff in them. And I weren't going to go put my hand in stuff again.
Does it feel like so that was definitely like an old temple, Paul? Is that
It's
the
sort of
impression
hard
I've
to...
gotten?
There's not really any. If it was very bare. There's not really any like furniture or paraphernalia lying around. It felt very, very old and musty and very bare. But then it's pretty old, so for all you know, there's a lot of damp around and anything. But there was no evidence of any furniture kicking around or anything.
Okay.
It felt a bit catacomby.
Okay.
I mean, the general era I got from walking around in that other bit was a bit sort of unnerving as we were walking through.
Definitely.
Well, I feel a bit happier knowing that there's not things waiting to get us behind the passageways. Gaius?
Oh.
To be fair,
we
we didn't look extremely hard. We just walked.
So, after your cursory glance of our surroundings, should we put the tablet in and see what happens?
I'd say the best bet is there's nothing imminently waiting to jump out at us.
Yeah. Should we get into some more of a defensive position?
Yeah. Before we do that,
I
Someone
love
needs
this.
to stand. Someone needs to stand here to do the tablet, and the rest of us will stand on these sort of areas here.
Can I try and hide in these ferns?
I mean, they're only about 2 foot tall, so you could lie down in them.
Nipper could hide in one.
Even
Yeah.
Nipper is taller than 2 foot. Like, if you want to lie down and smear yourself in mud, or like Predator style, you can.
Nice.
Just got one hand in the water ready to electrocute it.
If he stays there too long, fails Constitution, he'll wet himself.
Short rest.
So I'm presuming Gaius is sort of setting himself up next to this recess to put the tablet in. Are we going to assume that Nipper stays with him to sort of out of his like paladin-y like goodness?
Will
So
Nipper
Puff,
be
you're
combat?
standing in the little bushes.
Can I sort of like get down?
Get
go
down,
prone.
strut your funky stuff.
Yeah. I think I will try and like hide. I'll lie down.
Okay, cool. You can do that.
Paul, am I right in thinking that if I'm stood where I put my character, I've got line of sight under the arm,
Yeah.
sort of looking out? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I've just put a little icon on your Puff to show that you are prone, even though it looks like you've just fallen on your head. So don't worry about that.
Then a real Gaius.
Ah! You failed your dex roll, and the ferns got advantage on you. You've been grappled! Ha 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 ha! The plants are the enemy. No, you're good.
Okay.
So Lars, you're standing next to that pillar. Rook, you're hiding under the statue's armpit. And
Yep.
Nipper and Gaius are ready. So is it very much like Rainbow Six? You're going like, go, go, go!
Yes.
So Gaius, are you putting the tablet in the recess?
Yeah. I'm gonna slot it in.
Okay. So, as you slot the tablet into the alcove, and the text on the tablet and above the tablet glow bright white for a moment. The light from the hands on the statue goes a bit reddy purple, and you hear a grinding and a clicking and of stone on stone, and the sort of the stone bars enclosing that potion in the sort of recess on the top of the box slide down and back, revealing and making the potion accessible. So you're now able to grab that potion if you wish.
Well, yeah, I'll grab it then.
You're gonna get it. Okay, so you now have a mysterious but awesome looking potion.
Down it, fresher!
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, there's no rumbling and there's no.
There was
anything.
there was plenty of rumbling, but you would guess it was.
It was from the tablet doing.
As far as you could tell.
Yeah.
So there's no inscription on the potion or anything like that. Then?
No, it's just a glass potion. Like you've seen the. I showed you the potion.
Yeah.
Do you need me to show you it again?
Yeah.
It's
No,
a
no,
taste
no,
and
it's fine.
see.
Okay. So yeah, you would presume that this might well be the reward that was spoken of.
Mm.
Should Rook drink it? Because we don't even know. Like, better the devil you know. We know you've lost a foot, but we
You
don't
mean
know.
Gaius?
No, Gaius lost
No, because we still don't know what happened to me, so it could
Yeah.
bring
Rook
it out or
was-
get rid of it or do something else. I mean, I'm down for drinking it.
I'll have a swig. We could all have a swig each, could we not?
Is there enough? Is there enough?
How big is
There's probably enough for one person to take a meaningful drink.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, you could try 2 of you drinking it if you want. I reckon you could probably eke it out to 2 of you if you want.
Just snowball it.
I don't mind. I don't mind sharing with someone else's game. Well, if no one else wants it, I'll just neck the lot. But
This is
I
brilliant.
was going to neck a lot anyway, so
Well, are you two going to split it then?
yeah.
we'll divvy it up.
Is everyone else all right with that, or is anyone else going to try and argue that they want in on this particular drink?
No
I
way.
ain't going nowhere near it.
Well, I feel like it's probably going to be a good thing, and I didn't lose a foot. Or something.
Okay.
I'm happy.
Okay.
You guys-
Always with the foot.
Okay. So, you're both going to, like, who's going to drink first?
I'll go first.
Gaius should step up.
Brooke will
With
go
an
first.
intention.
Yeah, guys, put your foot down. Sorry, unfortunate
Yeah.
phrasing.
Go on then. I'm holding it, right? So
Yeah,
I'll
so
drink
you're going to drink what? Are you going to drink it all or half of it?
No, I'll drink half of it and then I'll give it to Rook.
Okay, so you drink half of it and then hand it over, and Rook, are you going to drink it straight away, yeah?
Well, I was going to wait and see what happened, but no, you go on now. I'll drink it straight away.
Okay, cool. So, right, you two drink it, and for a moment you feel fine. Nothing really happens, and then everything goes white for you, and you drop to the ground. Like the rest of you see them drop to the ground. Bear with, Gots to message you some stuff.
Can we rush over to them?
Oh yeah, they are convulsing like you would not believe.
Okay, but they're still alive as far as we can tell.
Oh yeah, dead people don't move that much generally. They are like,
Okay.
they do not look like they're having a nice time. You're both going to get quite the dump of text here, gents. Bear with.
Yeah.
Poof. So,
Ooh.
those two are writhing and groaning, and I'm not going to lie, screaming, crying at various points. I tell you what, both of you, can you roll the constitution checks for me?
Can I just finish reading?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I've sent them quite a lot because they are having a lot happen to them. Congrats, Ryan, you don't shit yourself.
I'm going to offer my water
Right,
skin.
still reading.
Can you Heimlich a fluid?
You could try and suck it out of them in whatever form.
No
you-
way. If you
So
guys take-
after about 15-20 seconds, they start to subside in their racking of and their convulsions and whatnot, and probably about 10 seconds later, they start to come to.
Have I got to roll a constitution?
Yes,
save?
please.
Yeah.
You also do not shit yourself. Congrats.
Hey.
Oh,
Paul-
no.
So have
Maybe,
all of you, like Puff, if you run over, are you still lying in a bush?
Yeah, I'll run over and take a look.
Can I point out at this point? I think I am holding Rook to, prevent him smacking his head.
Yeah. We'll assume Nipper's doing the same with Gaius, because
Yeah.
Have
so
I grown a foot back?
you have not grown a foot back.
Oh,
Ah.
You could have sculpted one out of shit had you shit yourself, but you just didn't. You're too tough.
No.
So yeah, you guys are now basically coming back too.
talk to us, guys. What's happening?
Yeah. What
So I
happened?
think those descriptions tell you what you perceive as you get up and stuff, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So yeah, so essentially, it was a vision. I saw many things. I saw places, people. I saw people being hacked up. I heard voices. A figure approached me. But I can't really like.
There was definitely experiments involved.
Yes, definitely. Like I would say, it's probably linked to the carts and stuff that we thought was being brought to this place in the earlier with the tracks.
Yeah. I remember seeing goblins dragging carts and wagons of not bodies, but more body parts to be.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
and but I can't really focus on anything in particular detail-wise.
No.
Do you feel like your person is okay? Have you patted yourself down, checked yourself?
Feels
Are you
strange. Feels strange. Like something lingers still. Like the vision doesn't feel exactly over, but we're back in the present, but the vision still feels upon.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Lars, what do you make of this?
I'm very concerned, but I don't know. Can I surreptitiously get out my my little vial of holy water?
You what? Sorry.
And can I get out my? I've got a vial of holy water in my bag.
Mm-hmm.
Can I put that on a little bit of cloth and just sort of gently dab it against Rook's hand, just to see if anything happens?
He doesn't.
Feeling
Okay. Yeah. Let me. See. Did you get that, Lars?
okay. I put it back away again.
Okay. And I've just let Rook and Gaius know something.
Strangely enough, I feel something like something's coming, something big or many,
Many.
and we should probably hide / arm up if we have chance.
Oh God.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
things on the edge of my vision.
Yeah, unfortunately, guys, it's a bit late. So just as Rook and Gaius tell you that they feel some presences appearing, you hear the shambling, unmistakable footsteps of undead moving rapidly, and you see swarms of skeletal figures shambling and running and scuffling out of the darkness of the passages to your right hand side. So we've got initiative. I'll do the initiative because I'm really nice. Oh wow, Lars, you got 0. How is that even possible?
I have -1. So
well then you can never ever complain about missing initiative.
0's high or low in initiative?
Yeah.
It's like ace.
I think the ferns get a better initiative than you.
And they're just blowing in the non-existent breeze.
How far can these fuckers move? There we go. Bear with. Ah, nice. Okay, so they can move 6.
Oh. Goodness.
So, they are charging at you.
Fuck.
However, they are running pell-mell at you, so they just about reach you. So you've got time to then move. So, Puff, you're up next. You are a teensy bit surrounded by surprise skeletons. As in, surprise, they're skeletons!
Okay. Can I get a very short response if I ask the party a short question?
You can ask a question. They can respond respectively on their turns, because your turn lasts about 6 seconds.
Okay. Fuck. Okay,
Oh.
I guess.
Okay, so that's your question. Fuck.
Then
And everyone else is like, not now.
It's more of a statement.
okay.
We're still all the same level, and we haven't leveled up at all.
Yeah, that's
between
right.
us.
I mean, you have only just leveled up recently, so I'm not
Yeah, I
that
thought that.
generous.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I just didn't want to wanted to make sure I hadn't missed anything.
Oh, Lars, I
Okay.
just realised you botched your initiative.
I was going to say I must have done.
Yeah.
Does that mean I
You're
missed
the
my first one?
No, I'm not that mean. You shit yourself. No.
Okay.
Undead is what I'm here for. What I'm trained.
I'll use my bonus action
hmm
to Misty Step.
Okay. What does that do?
It is. Oh, let me share it.
That's very kind of you.
Public roll. Shouldn't need a roll.
Ah, nice.
I'll get to here,
Yep. Badoo.
and then as my action, I'll use my breath weapon,
Oh, okay.
which is a 30-foot by 5-foot stream of lightning.
Breath. It's lightning, is it?
Yeah. Heading in a northerly direction, trying to hit as many of the bastards as I can.
That was pretty cool.
Rainbow vomit.
Oh, hang on. I need to see if I can do that better. No, it doesn't let me do the angle. Oh, there you go. Like that.
Yeah, it's not a cone. It is a
Straight line.
Fucking hell.
beam.
Well, it
almost,
says
but
a beam. Okay, cool. Like,
yeah,
did that do? Oh yeah, there you go. So it goes
So,
30 foot, does it?
30 foot. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Can you point to me the angle that you're going with your measuring tape? Like
Yeah.
where your is it? So how wide is it?
5
5
foot.
foot.
Okay.
So 1 square.
Okay. So okay, you're doing it there.
I don't know. I'm obviously going to try and avoid the guys.
Okay, 1, 2. So okay, that's cool. Yeah. So
Yeah,
what
it's
does it do?
Don't
Uh,
watch.
He might not actually have to roll an attack. We'll have to see.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's not an attack. They have to just dex.
Dex saving throw. Equals 8 plus
From
your
8.
What's your Constitution modifier?
2.
2. So it's 12. Then they need to beat with their DC.
Yes, that's right.
Bear with 1 second, guys. So, honey, you know the potion? Yeah. Mike and Ryan drank half each.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Oh, and Mike doesn't have a foot now. And Ryan hasn't yet identified if anything's really happened. He just seems a bit anxious.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he does. They've now been jumped by some skeletons. Yeah. So it's going well.
Going really well.
Well, before Mike touched the wall, he decided that he needed to sacrifice a bit of himself. So he cut a chunk off his own arse, headbutted a wall, and then touched the door.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's made two
It seemed to make no difference other than to injure himself.
So it's going well.
You all say that, but we'll never know, will we?
He says you all say it was pointless, but we'll never know.
This is a good point.
You can all thank Charlotte for a lot of that fun. Charlotte is mocking me by pointing out that she's going to bed. Right, so yes, you're nuking the ever-loving hell out of quite a lot of these guys, right?
Gonna try.
Let me see. So you are going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Ability check. Dexterity. Oh, okay. Interesting. I got. Let me open this up. Oh.
They all
Sorry.
dodge it.
Yeah, doink. Okay. And if they don't, they get 2d6. And if they save, they get... Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm just having to sort this out, because that's a lot of buggers that have to take that hit. Where's group check? Ah, group check. That's the way to do it. What was it? It was 12 was the DC, wasn't it? Okay, cool. I really ought to have named these not just skeleton, because now I don't know which is what. So that's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of them take all of it. So can you roll your damage 4 times, please? Okay, cool. Okay. Cool. You have blasted the ever-loving shit out of these guys. And I need you to roll another 3 times. Hang on. Yeah. I need you to roll it another 3 times and then halve it for me.
Do you want me to just roll 1 dice?
No. Roll it 3 more times for me.
Oh, the last one was.
The last one don't count.
Yeah.
I've only seen it. You roll it. Oh no. So not the last one, the way you rolled shitloads.
Yeah, that one doesn't count.
Oh, actually, I do need an extra one, so that's fine.
Is that for me?
No.
Oh my god.
Okay. Cool. So you do quite the interesting blast. Weirdly, my selection on here has everything apart from electric, which is great. So you basically go Hadouken, and you blast electric onto all of them. What I need you to do is, what do we suspect, guys, would be the right ability to use for directing that in a consistent manner? What would be the best stat to use for, like, belching fire or belching lightning accurately? Dexterity, I guess?
Yeah, it would be dexterity.
Alright, what I need you to do is roll a dexterity check. What skills have we got? What have we got on our character sheets that I can give you?
I'm proficient in sleight of head.
Yeah, I'll let you have sleight of hand. You can roll sleight of hand.
Oh,
crit.
yeah,
Nice.
crit.
Nice. Yeah. I feel like I need to give you something really good for that. Alright, roll your damage twice again. Nice. Okay, so you engulf, like, from this guy all the way down to this guy and everyone in between with lightning blasts, skillfully managing to avoid blasting Gaius in his remaining body parts. In fact, you do it so effectively, you weave it back and forth, you elongate your lightning bath so well that you actually engulf and knock out these two into dust. The rest of them are looking unhealthy, even by undead skeleton standards. Rook! Oh, sorry, Puff, was that all your go? Technically, you have a move left, don't you? Because you had a bonus action and your action. So you do have a movement action left if you want.
Okay,
Run away!
I'll try and, like, sort of loop around.
Yeah, sure.
And on the other side of this.
All right, cool. So Rook, you're up next.
Mm-hmm. It's not gonna work.
By all means, have a
If I
think.
if I have 2 daggers and they're single-handed weapons, can I make 2 attacks with 2 different daggers? Is that how that?
You're two-handed. Actually, that's a good point. I don't think you can if you don't have ambidextrous, but I need to check.
Mm-hmm.
You always ask me the fun questions, don't you?
Because I always want to do cool, fun stuff.
Yeah. Bear with. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Um. Okay. So, basically, because you only get one attack, you can still only attack with one of your weapons unless you have
Okay.
like, particular feats that let you do it. It's kind of a bit limited in D&D, I'm afraid.
That's
But
fine.
I will rule, because you're not like trained in it per se, you don't have any feats for it.
Yeah.
You can attack with both if you want, but you will suffer disadvantage on both rolls
Okay.
because you're
Yeah, obviously not proficient in dual wielding, as they would say. Okay, then I'll go for just wiping someone out in general. So I'm going to go for this guy with the actually quite close quarters. So I probably will go. I'm still going to go with a dagger, but I'm going to only use just the one, like normal.
Okay, cool. So if you roll your attack.
Yeah.
Yep, if you roll your damage.
+7, that's insane.
He is a bit mental.
Damn.
Yeah.
7.
7 damage, did you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, bear with. Okay. Let me just check something. Sorry about this, guys. Should have read up on this earlier.
While you're checking, I'm going to play the Godzilla noise in honor of my breath weapon. That's what it should sound like.
It loses some of its grandeur over the sort of...
Yeah.
7. Oh, okay. That's easy enough. Okay, cool. 7 damage. So you sort of stab at it, and it's sort of got chunks of flesh sort of still clinging to the bones, and there's sinew and stuff. So you basically strike it, and it sort of falls to bits on the ground. So there's now just a pile of bones unanimated in front of you. Gaius!
Oh, sorry.
Sorry?
Can I use cunning action to disengage?
Mm-hmm.
and then move.
Yeah, sure.
here.
You get down with it. Sorry, I forgot about that. That's cool. Just to
That's
there.
right. Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Gaius, you're up. Now remember, you're currently hobbling around, so you can either take an action or a movement, not both.
Yeah, no, I'm going to take an action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use Horde Breaker.
I thought you might.
And I'm going to use. Hang on a moment. So I'm going to go for this guy. Oh. How do I move him? So the guy who's like top left of me, and the one who's straight in front of me, between me and Puff.
So you mean that one and that
Yeah.
one?
How do I make those circles?
You just hold the. Are you on a laptop?
Yeah, I am.
Just hold the left mouse button down
Where
in
you
one
want
place, and
do
it'll
the
do that
thing.
little. There you go.
Did it do it?
That was
Yeah.
me.
Oh, so you just like left click but hold it down. There you
There
go.
you
go. There we go.
So yeah, those
Right,
two.
awesome.
Okay, cool. Roll your first attack, my friend.
So I'm going to use my short sword.
Nice. Yeah, you definitely hit that guy. So if
Right,
you
damn
roll
it.
your damage. Okay, you hit the second guy as well. So roll damage for both just by clicking the word short sword in the chat.
Would
Okay.
guys get advantage on one of those?
Oh yeah, in theory he doesn't need it. And roll damage again. Nice.
Nice.
Yep, cool. So you slash at one and cause some certainly some damage to his animated bones. The other one you spin around and sever the spinal column, which drops the bones to the ground. Inanimate. Nipper's
Can I-
turn. Oh, sorry. Yep.
Can I scour his corpse for a right foot?
I mean, you can have a look if you want. You don't really have time to have a good look. But there's probably something you could try and use if you want to try and stab some bones into your stump, you weirdo.
Well, I'm trying to fashion something in between my goes.
So Nipper attacks the one next to you and takes it out with his. I think he's got a mace sort of backup, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
got a mace instead of his mortar. Yeah.
Of course he has. Lars, you're up.
Right. I'm on the wrong thing. I am going to step forward and try and lock this one's head off.
All right.
I was going to do something else, but most of them are dead now, so there's no point.
I mean, technically they're all dead.
Most of them are re-dead.
Re-dead. Super extra, super re-dead.
Some good rolls.
Get some
There we
rolls
go.
together.
Whoa. Yeah, roll your damage.
This means we're going to get all the natural ones on the
Yeah.
boss.
Okay,
Yeah.
so again, you step forward and just absolutely smack this thing. Its skull just flies off into the background over here, and the rest of it sort of twitches for a second and falls to the ground in a clatter of bones. So, that skull rattling over there, weirdly, seems to erase some sort of ruckus, because you hear quite a loud bellowing from the background there. Just so you know. And... okay. A huge skeleton just barrels out of the darkness, wielding a very large... what's it got? Yeah, it's sort of carrying a really large axe.
Right foot.
Oh, weirdly, actually
Sorry.
looking at it, it's quite disturbing because it seems to be made up of lots of different people's skeletons all sort of cobbled together. So it's got like several feet, several arms, bits of hand everywhere. It's sort of like this weird mashup of bits and pieces of people and bones and structures.
And Lars summoned it.
With a skull.
Yes. Oh my god. Lars.
Has anyone ever played Time Splitters, by the way?
Yes.
I'm getting serious vibes here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a game.
So, the skeletons are actually going to get a go now, weirdly. Crazy times. So, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Oh! Can you see what I'm... Yeah, you can, can't you?
Yeah. Stop
Yeah, I rolled a
rolling
crit
it.
again.
They have swords.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes, they have swords.
Dang.
So, Gaius, what's your... No,
Yeah.
actually, never mind. I can work it all out. Yeah. Okay. Gaius is... Oh, dear.
He's got 1 foot in the grave.
Now I'm really hard to hit because I'm uneven. I'm lopsided, you see.
He's more dexterous now than he was before.
A drunken
Indeed.
master technique.
Okay. So, Gaius, you take 11 damage.
Holy shitballs.
And Puff, you take 3 damage as these things swipe at you with their rusty notched swords. And Gaius, you try to step back, but unfortunately you forget that you're missing a foot and only have a wooden stump and don't quite manage to pivot back in the way that you would normally do. Puff, you are sort of distracted by the various showers of like bones falling as people are chopping them down. Please, can we not type El Diablo on...
Le chupacabra.
Yes, moving back, and so it sort of rakes its rusty sword against the back of your leg. You don't lose a foot though.
My god, it scared me then.
The giant skeleton lets out a roaring challenge as it's lumbering towards you. So Puff, it's your turn, having just been like shanked a bit.
No! Ay.
What you gonna do when the bones come for you?
Fuck. I'll move closer to Gaius.
Okay.
I will use my meta magic to twin spell
Mm-hmm.
the cantrip Shocking Grasp. This always works.
Hey Gaius, you better hope he doesn't botch.
He's really hard to hit, apparently.
Twice the rolls, twice the chance. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, lovely. Roll your damage both times, my man. Nice.
Yeah, I had faith in this guy all along.
Are you actually seeing anything at all happening here, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not showing for me. So, okay, interesting. So yeah, you obliterate both of them in a explosive cloud of dust and shocking lightning, etc. Nice. You basically high-five their faces off. Would you like to do anything else? Although you've done your movement and you've done your action, so I don't suppose you can do anything else. Do you want to say anything? Have you got a witty quip?
I haven't.
Okay.
I'm
At
going to
least
take
you're
one
honest.
step in this direction.
I mean, yeah, okay, that's cool. Rook! Just FYI, you are looking at that thing, and you know you were sensing some presence earlier, and like yeah, you are getting it from that a lot. You are feeling deeply anxious and uncomfortable, So you are going to be at a disadvantage from any rolls. Your
From everything.
confidence is just gone. It's like a part of you is missing in some way, but not your foot.
Paul, is he ever going to be combat active, or is he just there for the
Yeah,
ride?
no, he has been active in combat. He's killed a dude already.
Has he?
Hmm.
Okay.
This is what happens when you switch off when it's not your turn.
Oh man.
I will cast Hideous Laughter on the big guy.
Okay.
It says he has to save on a Wisdom saving throw or fall prone. But I need to find out what the DC is for the Wisdom saving throw.
Cool.
This is assuming it has intelligence score of 4 or more.
Spell save DC. There we go. 8 plus your proficiency bonus, which is going to be 2, makes it 10. Plus intelligence, which is 1. So 11.
So it's got to roll DC against 11 for wisdom, did you say?
Yeah.
Alright.
Unless it has an intelligence of less than 4.
Okay.
Oh,
it failed.
So it falls prone and for 1 minute, up to 1 minute. Unable to stand up for the duration of the spell. At the end of each turn, it has a chance to make another wisdom saving throw.
Okay, cool. Oh, target has advantage on the saving throw if it's not triggered by damage. On its success, the spell ends. But that's the next. Okay. Alright, so that thing, you can't really tell if it's laughing, but it does fall to the ground juddering.
If that starts laughing, that's going to be horrifying.
Well, that solves that for a minute.
So do you want to do anything else? Like you could
I
move.
think it's a concentration spell, I believe.
Yeah.
So I can't really do
You
much.
can move.
I can move. I'll probably just move back closer to everyone else just a little bit.
Alright. Gaius.
I'm feeling anxious and such.
Right.
So you've lost a foot, you've just been cut by a rusty knife, and you've probably got tetanus. How's your day going?
Well, yeah, so I'm going to stay in the pack, the herd. I'm just going to try and shoot it with my longbow, I think.
Alright, and it's prone, so you get advantage. Whoa, you crit, baby! Boom! Crit! You don't even need to roll your second roll, just roll that damage, sir.
Sweet.
Ooh, lovely. Okay, so you thunk an arrow into it.
Into its lower shin?
Sure. You
So
thunk an
my-
arrow into one of its many lower left shins. Or its right
Nice.
shins. It's still what you would assume is laughing on the floor, which is a horrific sight.
Is this the big guy?
We're
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Did he hit him? Did he take damage?
Yes.
Every time he takes damage, he gets a wisdom
Oh,
saving.
that's right. Yes, he does, doesn't he?
And he has advantage on. Oh no, he has advantage on the saving throw. If it's triggered by damage, yeah.
If it's not triggered by damage. Isn't
If
that
it
right?
is triggered by damage,
Oh, if it's triggered by damage. Okay.
yes,
That's
yeah.
cool.
So with advantage, and yeah,
Oh, yeah. So it's now
Up.
unaffected.
yeah.
So
it's,
you woke it up, but it is still prone. So you know.
That is some honest, fair play right there.
Yeah, good man.
It
You
still took
can
damage.
you can have whatever those things are called. Inspiration?
Feet?
No, not a feat.
He's
No,
got enough.
yeah. So you can have an inspiration. I've marked it on your character sheet. Those are those things that you can use to play. If you do something awesome, I give you one of those, and you can use them to either get an advantage on a roll, remove a disadvantage on a roll, or I'll let you use them as a kind of free pass to do something fucking cool. I need to give those out more. Yeah, so Gaius, you just managed to pivot on one foot like a ballerina, turn around and fire an arrow into this prone giant monstrosity. Nice job. Nipper is going to finish off this skeleton in front of him with a big old smash, because his mace seems to do an awful lot of damage to these things. Lars, you're up.
How close am I to the big guy?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
30 feet.
So 25 feet. So you could get to him in a move, I reckon.
That. Yeah, there.
Yeah.
I am going to slash him across one of his many chests. I think it's more than one of those as well.
Yeah, he's got loads of everything.
just whatever I can reach.
Alright, just smack him with your smacking stick.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, you hit. Roll your damage, sir.
Right. And before anything else,
Okay, so are you just doing that, or are you doing anything else?
I am going to do my divine smite as well. I've been waiting to use this on one of these things. Because it's an undead, I get 3d8.
Holy fuck beans.
Exactly.
So you do
Wow.
28 damage. Oh, wow. Okay, so you take an almighty smash out of this thing. I mean, bits of bone and a shin and a collarbone or two fly off in all directions, and it lets out an almighty scream of rage, but it's still going.
That's alright.
So it now stands up, unfurling its true size in front of you, and oh dear. Oh dear. You have an AC of 19, right?
Yeah. Did it get 20?
It did. Oh, did you not see that?
No, I can see it.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, cool. So you take 9 slashing damage.
Okay, but it's 6.
That's
to get
fairly
rid
low
of
for...
that.
Holy fuck, is that really all that you got? You lucky bastard. Wow. It rolled. So it does, just to pull the DM screen away a little bit, that hit did 2d12 plus 4 slashing damage.
And it got 9.
It got 9 out of 2d12 plus 4.
Lucky.
It rolled 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It rolled 5 on 2d8.
before.
Huh?
It
Rolled
rolled,
a 2 and a 3 or a 1 and a 4.
it rolled a 1 and a 4.
Yeah, oh
according to
yeah. Nice. Puff,
it. Nice.
your turn.
Okay. I'll just magic missile it.
Alright. So you do 3 damage, is that right?
I think 3 times 3.
Oh wow, okay. That's quite solid. Okay.
I'm
So
gonna shout to Lars to give him hell.
so each one of those
That's what I
missiles
was
flies
thinking,
into the air and thuds into this thing. Yeah, knocking more bits off it. Rook.
Yes.
Hmm?
I know Lars. I know because the area where that thing is kind of he's not on a specific tile, but I'm guessing Lars is within 5 feet for melee damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have sneak attack, and I will use my heavy crossbow.
Okay, and you're on a disadvantage, don't forget.
Yeah. I'm just hoping I get 2 good. So there's 1
Nice.
and there's 2.
Hey,
Oh.
nice. Yeah, roll your damage.
Perfect. So we'll take the 9. Yeah, that one.
Doesn't really matter.
What I click. Yeah.
Technically, it
so
would be
get
the 18
that.
that you would take, but you know who's
Oh
counting.
yeah.
It doesn't really matter. It's the same roll.
And then I need to do 2d6 on top of that. Oh, must be character sheets in the way. So 18.
Okay, so you take aim, fire. Your bolt whiffles over Lars's shoulder, expertly positioned between his pauldron and his ear, flies through and strikes right in the dead center of the main spinal column of this monster. It sort of flails around a little bit, almost chops Lars to bits, and then disintegrates into hundreds of bits of skeleton.
Yo!
Rook the boss slayer stands again. So, hang on, I need to send a quick thing to Gaius and Rook. Sorry, guys. Turns out when you forget to write a bit and you have to write it on the fly. Right, so Lars and Gaius, I've messaged you direct. But everyone else. So yeah, the thing just collapses and you hear a sort of faint cry of rage and frustration.
Did you mean me, Paul, or did you mean Rook?
Who? What? Oh, sorry. Gaius and Rook have.
Oh yeah, I was going to say, because
Yeah,
I've
sorry.
got benefit.
No, it's Gaius and Rook. So yeah, congrats.
What a pussy.
You did 6 damage. I mean, what was that? Come on.
Are we
There is still 1 guy left, by the way.
Is
What?
there?
There's 1 guy left on the map.
Oh no, I just kept one there for the initiative.
Oh, okay. What are you doing?
Hang on.
Is anyone badly hurt?
I didn't take any
I've
damage.
I've had better days.
You mean apart from Gaius' foot?
Other than the 1 foot we already know about.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've messaged Rook, you and Gaius.
Yeah.
I've messaged direct.
Right, guys. I still feel that there could be something else around here. I don't think we're out of the woods quite yet.
Still feels a bit sketchy.
That being said, I'm going to rummage around this pile of bones and try and fashion myself some sort of foot.
I'll assist if I can.
I approach Rook and ask him how he's feeling.
Yeah, move your character over to him.
At the same time, can I wipe his other hand with a piece of cloth with some holy water on it?
Does exactly the same thing as before.
Okay.
I'm going to lean to Lars and whisper anxiously, I don't feel great about that altar and statue.
Neither do I, my friend. I don't. Statue specifically?
Altar in general.
Okay. So,
I don't think we should be near it at any point now.
can I use my divine sense, please, Paul?
Yep.
Any fiends or undead or fae or celestials?
1 second.
Doesn't tell me exactly who they are.
Just type in some stuff. Just type in some stuff, guys.
Yeah, I know the type, but not its identity.
Okay, so you're detecting. What does it let you detect?
The location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Oh, okay.
And
So
the type, but
no, that's
not
fine. So
specific.
as you cast it and you become overwhelmed by the very definite sense of something really fiendish right there. In fact, as you do it, you hear a crack
Okay.
and a thud as the lid slides off of that sarcophagi.
Can I use
By
that
slides off, I mean it gets ripped off wholesale.
Okay. Do I get a chance to do anything?
You can say something briefly.
Can I just shout to the others, guys, get over here.
Okay!
Get ready.
Cool! I think we probably are going to leave the session. A horrendous sight greets you as it rises out of this sarcophagi. If that skeleton was a patchwork of bones and things put together, this is a patchwork of flesh and bone and gristle and all sorts of nonsense. It's a humanoid shape. If it had been, imagine a sort of clay imitation of a person, but instead of clay, they've used viscera and bones and body parts and all sorts of shite. And it's sort of rising up with glowing red eyes, and it turns to look at Rook, and it looks at him and screams in rage and anger and desire, and starts getting out of the sarcophagus. And I think, at this point, we'll call the game today.
Okay.
Yeah.
We live for now.
It's a bit ominous.
Good sesh.
Mm.
Hang on, I just need to whisper to Rook and... So, you... Yeah. Cool. That was interesting. I was not expecting two of you to drink the potion, if I'm honest. So, I'm trying to think whether it's worth me telling you guys what's what, because I think you'll probably get... Well, I'm going to tell you next session anyway, so I can tell you what's happened to you with this potion, right? So basically, you guys are now, depending on how this fight goes, but as it stands at the minute, you guys now have part of a demon living inside you. It has sort of taken residence in your mortal vessel. So now I've got to read up on what that means for you again. I knew I shouldn't have started this. Oh, here we are. Yeah, so a partial demon soul has taken root inside you. You're now proficient in Infernal, the language, so you can both read, write, and speak Infernal.
Yay!
You can sense demons when they are near, any sort of fiend. But consequently, demons and fiends can also sense your presence when you're near. And you have a distrustful aura about you, which means that you are pretty good at intimidating people, because you very much unsettle them, but you aren't particularly good at persuading them or bluffing them, because everyone is very suspicious of you and finds you very unsettling, because you is part demon.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm. And of course, one of you is missing a foot.
Which, to be fair, though, we have the bones, we have the guy with the flesh, we can make something.
Oh yeah, it's really easy to just make new feet, right?
Is the footless person intimidating?
You what? Sorry?
Is it someone without a foot intimidating if they can't catch you?
Dunno.
If they run with a stilt/stump.
If it's like a really loud, yeah.
Just hear him walking really loudly and slowly after you down a corridor.
So do I need to sort of recover some sort of or fashion a foot or something in order to get my move back?
Oh no,
You know,
there will be a way. Like to reassure you, the foot thing will not be permanent. Don't worry. I don't want you to think I have just like maimed your character forever. Don't worry. There will
I
be.
did wonder. I was going to try and write into my character that he has impressive whittling skills and goes on from fashion.
To be honest with you, if you feel like it would be good for your character, I can make it permanent, and you can just replace it with a prosthetic foot for character story. But you'll still I want you to reassure your character is not going to be fundamentally gameplay crippled for the rest of time. Now that would be a bit harsh.
Maybe we can find some Assassin's Creed style Leonardo da Vinci that make prosthetics.
Yeah, you've now got a knife foot. But yeah, if you're happy to write it into your character, I'm perfectly happy for you to now just not have a foot. But where I would have been giving you your foot back, I will give you, your abilities back. But you can have come up with a replacement foot or something. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll message you in between next session and stuff, and we'll figure something out.
It's one of those things where, gameplay wise, I can't really justify just removing a foot from your character forever. That's a bit brutal.
It's just like when we were doing obviously the big battle earlier and we were surrounded. I was like, I cannot move, or if I can move, I can't. I was hamstrung.
Yes, exactly. So it's one of those ones that's intended to make this combat more challenging / something a bit different for you, but I wouldn't do that to you permanently because that would suck.
Thanks.
No. We can talk about that. That's cool. Don't forget you changed your character to lawful neutral, or was it? No, it was neutral good, wasn't it? Or was it lawful neutral?
No, it was. It wasn't lawful. It was neutral good. That's right.
Neutral good. Yeah. So you don't have to be quite so goody two shoes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
Well, cheers, guys. I enjoyed that. That was good fun.
Yeah, it's a good session.